Behold! BOT39, the DX custom set. This big box comes with 2 Bottlemans? Whatever. 2 blasters, those being Kerpeps DX and Ayawashi DX, if I'm pronouncing that right, and a handful of customizable parts. I will be reviewing each part of this set in today's Hyperforce, a rambly video series where I talk about design, writing, oddities, reviews, basically anything relating to my passions and or profession that I want to chat shit about because I have nothing better to do in my life. The marketing for this set boasts that you can make around 2,000 Bottleman figure combinations with this one set alone. But is it true? Buy the set yourself, I'm not gonna find out. I know in my previous review I would say that I would be also reviewing Arrowsider in this video, but go watch that review if you haven't already, by the way. But plans have changed. I'll explain more at the end of the video. But remember to like, comment and subscribe so this video can get out to more people. Hit that bell and set it to all notifications so you won't miss the next time I upload, because you can't just simply subscribe on YouTube anymore, apparently. It will mean a lot. Thank you. Let's start with the most interesting figure in the set first. Kerpeps DX. He's a big love letter to the Super B-daman Cerberus line. In fact, the reason why Pepsi is a Cerberus is actually because of Super B-daman and the Cola Wars. That was the nerdiest shit I've said in my life. And Teacher Jody's back for a history lesson, so strap in! This will be worth 99% of your grade. Back in the Super B-daman days, the 2 rival B-damen were Phoenix and Cerberus, I think. Fact check me if I'm wrong, you know, be a bigger nerd emoji than I am. Colamaru is a Coca-Cola Phoenix. What is Coca-Cola's rival? Pepsi. So of course, the rival to the Coca-Cola Phoenix is going to be the Pepsi Cerberus. 2 sets of rivals combined into one. Cause this is the nerdiest shit I've said in my life. Kerpeps DX's headpiece is even a homage to Stag Cerberus from Super B-daman. He even shares the same gimmick of shooting 2 power shots at once. Speaking of his skills, this power type Bottleman's stats are 4 in power, 2 in speed, 2 in control, 3 in stability, and 2 in capacity. Yes, I did that all in one breath, Sumate. A lot of weaker stats here, 3 lots of 2s, but that 4 in power is debatable. Depending on how you shoot the double shots, the back cap is going to be less powerful than the front cap. Unless you delay each shot, but then you're not really utilising the gimmick of double shot action. He does have standard power type hold parts, so either way, he's going to be stronger than most Bottlemen. Funnily enough, because of where the power spikes sit on the long core, they will never interact with any arm parts. Besides from Arrowside's barrel mode, but don't. Just don't. He does shoot farther than Colamaru DX / Bottle Phoenix, so I guess there's that. This Bottleman's main gimmick, as mentioned before, is double shots. One press of the trigger can launch 2 caps, which is pretty fun to do and can lead to some powerful target knockdowns. The only issue is that because of the 2 cap chamber, reloading this guy takes longer than a usual 1 cap chamber. If you're playing a game that's on a time limit, or fastest time wins rule sets, you better make sure your shots count, or you're going to be wasting a lot of time reloading him. And since he does use 2 caps at once, you're going to be burning through caps faster than usual. In limited cap games, Kerpeps DX is going to be a nightmare. But Jody! It's Tristan time. But Jody! You could just shoot 1 cap at a time instead of 2! Then why are you using Kerpeps DX? You fucking idiot! At that point, just use Tanzatan, or Colamaru, or a standard power core with Kerpeps' body. Double shots are a powerful bonus, but it's also this guy's biggest weakness. There are a few more features on this figure that are pretty good on custom builds. The long trigger and the arm parts. Because of how long the trigger has to be for the double shot bottle core, that's a bit awkward to say. The arms have these handles on them so you can more easily grip the Bottleman and reach the trigger. This Bottleman is longer than most guys' dicks. Trying to hold this without those handles is very, very hard and uncomfortable. Like most guys' dicks. This bottle. I can't believe I fucking wrote this. Give me a moment, I'm dying. This bomb, I am going to fucking die of embarrassment in a minute. Hold on, I'll get my bearings. This Bottleman is like, it's not even that funny. That's... Okay, maybe it is.
Yeah! Alright!
Gripping on them while firing feels... bad. Feels a bit bad. Cause you know, I'm bad. I feel like I'm bending them inwards, meaning that I might be stressing the plastic on the arms or the connectors on the core. Oh no, maybe that's just me being weird. That tends to be how everything goes in my life, to be honest. The long trigger can add shots to power. Fucking really, Jody. The long trigger can add power to shots, since the trigger pushes past the hold parts, forcing the caps through. Because you know, if Fujin Black can be a power type despite having a speed type core, all because he has a really big trigger, then the same can be said for Kerpeps DX. If you put his trigger on Arco Sports, suddenly he's a power type if we go by the rules of Fujin Black. That guy's more of a control type than he is a power type, to be honest.
Ah!
And those arm parts make for a nice grip to lessen the distance your hands have to go to hold a standard Bottleman. The trigger pad at the back is probably the worst one out of all of the Bottleman DX line. It's so tiny, like me. It's very spindly. It's the only word I can think of. Spindly. It's so fucking awful. How much plastic do you want on the trigger? None. But we need something for the people to press onto. None! Also, if you want to use a double shot core on a custom build, you need this trigger. This trigger. This isn't a downside to the figure. I mean, what else could you do, really? But that trigger pad. Ew. Gross. I don't like it. If it had a better trigger pad, then absolutely no issue. Kerpeps DX has a fun gimmick for sure, but it's got its major downsides if you're someone who values speed. Like me, I like it fast. And I like my reload times to be fast, yeah, that too. We have fun here on the J5, the Hyperforce YouTube channel, reviewing bottle figures meant for any ages while making sexual references, haha. Yeah, don't watch my channel if you're a baby. Kerpeps DX looks odd, like really odd. He looks cool at angles, but from the front, why are your arms so wide and gappy too? This looks pretty bad, honestly. Fucker comes walking in like he's Giga Chad, but really he's like even more spindly than I am. And the only workout I get is firing Combat Phoenix. His colours are silver, red, blue and white, which is like the older Pepsi products, but why? Why? The original Kerpeps from the original run of Bottleman was black. That fit much better than silver, although the old Pepsiman mascot was silver too, so maybe that's why. His user in the anime apparently is named after Pepsiman, so maybe there is a connection. Again, if I'm wrong about Kerpeps' user being named after Pepsiman in the anime, be a bigger nerd emoji than I am and tell me in the comments below. Please give my video some engagement. This guy would look better in black, or blue like modern Pepsi cans. It's not even because of Stag Cerberus. His base colour is black. Which is probably why the original Kerpeps is black, actually. I mean, I know there's Pepsi Max, which is black, but it's not Kerpeps Max, it's just Kerpeps. Yeah, I see the nerd emoji down there. Maybe it's based on the Holy Cerberus colour, but that's white, not silver. Like, distinctively white. Japan's Pepsi is mostly blue, or a picture of the drink. I don't know why the colours are retro Pepsi themed, but hey, he does look cool in the silver though. I'm just asking, why silver? If it is just because it looks cool, then I guess that's why. Pepsi has been silver before, so I guess it still fits either way. B-daman can be any colour they want. Bottlemen have to follow the colour conventions of whatever drink they're mimicking. That's why I ask these questions. Fun little fact, this is only one of 2 Bottlemen that have stickers on their cores, as of November 2022. I still haven't seen BOT44, so maybe he has stickers on his core, but I don't know. Wow, what a good fucking call from me. How did I call that BOT44 would have stickers on its core? I mean, Dragogina DX. Dragogina DX? However you pronounce it. It's Orangina, so Dragogina? Whatever. Yeah, he has stickers on his core, so it makes this fun fact a bit outdated. Yeah, this was recorded back in November. One side of him is red and the other side of him is blue, just like the Pepsi logo. Although the right side of his head does not have the red and blue swapped like it is on the original Kerpeps figure. Doesn't lose any points for him, but it's odd that the head is symmetrical while the rest of him is asymmetrical. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. It's either all symmetrical or all asymmetrical, not both. The Star Beast form is... wow, that's one of the most lazy Star Beast forms of them all. But what else could they have done really with only 5 parts? The feet, which is 1 part, both arms, a head and a trigger. Not much really. It somewhat stands on 4 feet like a wolf, although it looks more like it's doing the planking exercise than it is anything else. It has a tail too. It's just so flat, for lack of a better word. It exists? Kerpeps DX is meant to represent the Libra constellation, the scales. But wow, they really pulled this one out of their ass, huh? Is it meant to be that the duality of the red and blue and the double cap shots represent the duality of the scales? At that point, Kerpeps DX could be Gemini, although I'm glad it's not Gemini. Hello, you! And there is a Cerberus constellation. Yeah, it may be an obsolete constellation, but fuck it, it makes more sense than Libra. You're an obsolete constellation. 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 if I'm feeling mean that day. I like this Bottleman, but it's a bit impractical. Bottleman DX's restrictions, where only speed cores can accept magazines, hurt Kerpeps probably the most. If he could have used the magazine that came with this set, a load of his problems would be lessened. Well, yes, there would be reload times, but you would have more caps to shoot through, so you could load, shoot, load, shoot, load, shoot. Yes, you still would have to reload him a lot, but you'd have more shots per trigger pull than you would do normally. You know, magazines just make everything better, but no, DX has to be up its own ass. This guy using CC Leon DX's cartridge magazine would have been great. Each cartridge would hold 2 loads of double shots, but alas, you have to load this guy every time, more than usual, if you want to use him optimally. If you can get good at loading this guy fast, then that will help get around Kerpeps DX's main issue. But hey, I'm just bad at the games I play. Overall, I do like this Bottleman a lot. It's just that it just has one big flaw that holds him back, and the design of the Bottleman itself is really fucking bad sometimes. Again, this guy is a 6 on a day where I feel mean, and it's not his fault, because DX can suck my DX. What do you think of Kerpeps DX? Let me know in the comments below.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
You thought you could get away from it, huh? No, I just moved it! I gotta plug my very own video game. If the B-daman / Bottleman series interests you, and you want a more teen and young adult oriented story, then please check out my visual novel with a simple yet vast battle system, Matalum Showdown! It's about a group of teenagers, young adults really, trying to uncover the lost history of a world revolving around the new kingdom of Bidandera and the AR sport of Matalum. Along the way, you'll fight villains trying to do the same, and grow bonds with your party and the island. And when it's time to throw down a showdown, you play the game's fight scenes while customizing your blaster's abilities and ammo. You can download the demo or play the full early access work in progress game over on itch.io. Links are in the description. The game's development will pick back up once the demand is there for more Matalum. It would be amazing and mean the world to me if you at least try the demo. And hey, if Matalum doesn't pique your curiosity, I have a load of other games on my itch.io, such as A Knight's Quest and a new prototype game called Dream Shot. It's a top-down twin-stick shooter with 3 playable characters, so if you want to give that a go, that would be amazing as well. And if you're the competitive type, I wonder if you can beat my speedrun time. Yeah, I challenge you to defeat the developer's speedrun time. You don't hear that from a lot of YouTube support by stuff, do you? Huh? If you didn't skip over. You didn't skip over, right? Thank you for listening. Let's get back to the DX custom set. Next up, Ayawashi DX. When he exists. He exists. This speed type blaster is a 2 in power, 4 in speed, 1 in control, 3 in stability, and 1 in capacity. Good and bad stats. A lot of stats here are bad. 3 of the 5 are under 3, if that makes sense, which doesn't bode well. I did buy this set for Kerpeps DX and the magazine, so if Ayawashi wasn't in this set, like if he was just a solo Bottleman figure, I wouldn't have bought him. So, is he a nice bonus or a waste of space on my shelf? Display cabinet. I don't know why I keep calling it a shelf. It has shelves in it. Is he a nice bonus or a waste of space? I will answer that shortly. Of course I'm going to answer it in this video. What do you think I am? Fucking stupid? Don't answer that. First, I gotta explain what he is and what he does and what he looks like and blah 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 reviews. His main gimmick is his trigger. You press the panel for smoother firing shots. But honestly, I don't feel any difference between this and a normal trigger. Maybe it's a bit smoother, but not as smooth as you would like it to be. It's not like it makes shooting any faster. There is a hard time limit between each shot. You have to wait for the trigger to pull back and the cap to load in. You still have to push the panel trigger as far as you would a regular one. Yeah, I struggled to say that, what of it? It doesn't even make power types or control types smoother. In fact, it makes certain power types harder to shoot. Which might add more power, but still, that's not comfortable! Or at the very least, more inconvenient. Just the simple straight push is better and adds more power than the weird angle push you have to do with this paddle trigger. This trigger just exists. Okay, I'll address it. He has the same body parts as Kolomaru, but he loses 2 of Kolomaru's gimmicks because of the speed core. He loses the drive strip and the hands don't apply any pressure to non-power type cores. The arms don't even press in far enough for the power boost to function. So the only leftover he has from Kolomaru is the wing grips, which are nice. Although it's a bit awkward using the paddle trigger with these wings. Not like majorly awkward, but your thumbs don't sit flush with the paddle. At least, not with how I've experienced it. I don't know, sometimes you can get it to work, sometimes you don't. If you want to use this trigger, a different set of arm parts will do the trick, not the wings. I don't know, man. Everything Ayawashi does is okay at best. I can't figure out what advantage this guy would have. This burb confuses me. So, Ayawashi's aesthetics. He's green. Haha. Yeah, he's based on green tea. Of course he's gotta be green. I'm not the biggest fan of these colours at all. Colours do not impact my rating for a Bottleman, remember? CC Leon DX got high marks while being colours I wasn't a fan of. Most of the times anyways, we'll get to you. But this is a review, so personal opinion is also going to be injected into these videos. If you want to know what marks CC Leon got, go check out that review video. It's cool and a good introduction to Bottleman DX, I feel. Maybe. I do like Kolomaru's mold, so Ayawashi does look good with its design. And the new head crest is pretty cool actually. It's the best part of the figure's design. Notice how I said crest. The actual head base itself looks meh. I'm not a fan of it. It's not bad, but I prefer the Kolomaru one. Although, if I can rant for a moment, like you can stop me, this is my show. The whole point is for me to rant, remember the intro? And this video is pre-recorded. That really stops you from stopping me. No, don't skip forward! Why are these 2 different molds? Like the head crests of Ayawashi and Kolomaru aren't swappable. That took More work to do. TAKARATOMY, why? I wanted to have Ayawashi's head crest on Kolomaru's head. That would have been cool to have some sneaky customization, but nope. The line focused on customization has less customization than B-daman. Yeah, I know it was pointless to rant about. It doesn't really matter. But it's my video. Shush. The Star Beast form is pretty cool. It's the Kolomaru Star Beast form, which I've said is one of the best ones. Instead of being the Phoenix constellation, it's the Aquila constellation this time. This one does look better with the wing shape on the head crest filling out some gaps in between the head and the bird head. 4 out of 10. The only cool thing about him is his trigger, and even then, it's not really that big of an advantage over other triggers, if any at all. But wait, we're not done yet, because Ayawashi can turn into Kolomaru DX Control Custom by taking the Kolomaru arms, legs, head, and trigger and putting them all onto this blue control core that comes with the set. 1 power, 2 speed, 4 control, 2 stability, and 1 capacity. Here's him shooting at a bottle. Here's his Star Beast form. He's okay. 3 out of 10. This version of Kolomaru doesn't really do anything. If you want a wing grip control type, just buy Ayawashi DX. He's cheaper and has way more playability to him than just being a green and worse Kolomaru DX. Control cores are the worst out of the 3 standard cores, so Ayawashi and Kolomaru Control are okay, Bottleman. They don't really blow my socks off, and that's what I want. I want my socks blown off so much that I don't have feet anymore. Can't get my feet picked now when I have no feet, fuckers! The highlight of this collection is Kerpeps DX. What do you think of Ayawashi DX? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I missed something that you know, so yeah, be a bigger nerd emoji than me in the comments, please. But we also have these! A long barrel, a long magazine, a control core, green Kolomaru parts, and a stabilizer. These also come with the set, and honestly, they're pretty nice. Let's rapid fire these in a lightning round. Here we go! Long barrel, pretty nice. Makes accurate shots. Has a sneaky DX on the side. 7 out of 10. Long magazine. Oh my god, yes! It's a perfect size for me. Holds 4 extra caps easily, unlike whatever sorry excuse for a 2-cap magazine Aquasports DX has. It holds it all comfortably with no hangover. This also has a cheeky little DX in its design. 10 out of 10. Control core. It's a control core. They're kinda soft. They're okay. 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. Green Kolomaru parts. Meh, okay out of 10. Stabilizer. This thing just clips onto the back of a core and not very solidly. It's free to spin around the neck of the bottle core, which it shouldn't. It's designed the same way the head crests are back in the original Bottleman series. However, original Bottleman had indents in the back of the heads for the clips to hold on to. This doesn't. While it does provide support and support for all 3 Bottleman heights, it can easily spin. 6 out of 10. And that, my friends, folks, watchers, whatever you are, look at you. This is the DX custom set. How would I rate the whole thing overall? About a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8, depending on how I feel today. Kerpeps DX and the long magazine are worth it for me, but Ayawashi does sour the deal. Not saying he ruins it, not at all. Just saying that if he did not come with the set, I wouldn't have bought him solo. It's like Aquasports DX. I don't hate them, but I'm not simping for them either. If you can get your hands on the DX custom set, it's pretty good. You gain an example of all 3 kinds of cores, a double power core, a speed core, and a control core. You get some accessories to mess with, and you also get a handful of different body parts. Again, around 2,000 combinations with this one set alone. A pretty good set to get if you want to mess with the Drink Cross system. That's what DX stands for, by the way, Drink Cross. That's all I can say, lol. What do you think of the DX custom set? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Don't leave yet, because I have a few words to say and to ask of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help push this video in YouTube's goddamned algorithm. Hit the bell and set it to all notifications so you'll never miss a video I upload. I do Bottleman content and others, like design videos. Those are my favourite, but don't perform as well as my slapdash news videos. So, about these Bottleman review videos, I did say Ayawashi DX would be in this video when I was talking about this video in the last video, if that made any sense. But I've pushed him back to be reviewed with Satan DX, if that's how you meant to pronounce it. Satan? Satan? I've heard it as Satan though.
Satan DX.
That's from official sources. It's not Tan Satan, it's Tan Satan. I'm right! I prefer Tan Satan anyways, it's fun to say. Given my collection right now, reviewing these as duos makes more sense. This is the DX custom set. The next Bottleman review will be Ayawashi and Satan DX, and the one after that will be Kolomaru Energy and Royal Griffin DX. The order isn't final, by the way. I might do Kolomaru Energy DX and Royal Griffin DX next, and then have Ayawashi and Satan the video after that. I don't know. Order isn't final. Point is, I'll do these in whatever order I like. Doing 2 figures at a time instead of 3 does make the video less bloated. Speaking of not as bloated, I tried to make the intro and outro of the video more snappy, if you've noticed. Something about viewer retention? If you like these snappier intros and outros, let me know in the comments below. Just comment about the video in general. Should I carry on reviewing stuff, or am I just bad at it and should just stop? I may listen to you. Speaking of me talking about Bottleman toys, share this with others because why not, huh? Maybe they'll like it too. Maybe they'll like a female VTuber with a male's voice. Follow me on Twitter at J5TheHyperforce if Twitter doesn't collapse, to keep up to date with whatever projects I'm working at the time. All the shit posts. You know, because I'm a jokey little bitch. If you have any fan arts to send me, like VTuber Jody, my Bottleman custom rice speeder, my mascot Sakura Yuri, or anything relating to me, send them over to me on my Twitter at J5TheHyperforce and I'll feature them in the next video I am editing at the time. Like this fan art by FedEx987, if that's how you say your name. Look at the girls! Oh my god! They are so cute. I'm gonna explode. Bang! Thank you so much for the Sakura and Leo fan art. It means a lot. Genuinely. Thank you. Remember to check out my visual novel with a simple to play yet vast in customization battle system, our Bottleman Showdown! If you like B-daman and /all Bottleman, then you will love our Bottleman. Links in the description. There's also a free demo, so if you end up not liking it, then there's no harms done in playing it. I have other game projects up on my itch.io as well, like Dream Shot, a top-down twin-stick shooter, where the goal is to fight off the nightmares and travel through the escape zones to rescue a host. It has a simple but robust combat system, so... And also, like I said earlier in the video, if you want to beat my dev time, then go for it. Our Bottleman Showdown, Dream Shot, and loads of other games are over on my itch.io. Some of them are cringy, but hey, a lot of your earlier projects are kind of cringy, huh? Again, go play on that Showdown. With all that said and done, thank you for watching this video. This has been J5TheHyperforce. I'll see you whenever next. Goodbye!